How's it going, everyone? ND Sean 45 coming at you. The bye week is over. It's time to get back to business. First things first, though. I have a couple of special shout-outs I want to give out at this time to two of my closest friends, Derek and Dustin. If you guys are watching, I just want to say I hope you both are doing well. I go back a long way with these guys. We've been good friends since pretty much grade school. And, you know, these guys aren't just my friends. They're almost like family to me. And, you know, all I can say is I hope you guys are doing well, and I look forward to seeing you guys in a few weeks from now. So, until then, you guys keep it real, okay? But anyway, on to this week's game. This week is the big one for us Irish fans. The USC Trojans come to town. Under the lights, prime time, it doesn't get any bigger than that. Now, I know I've said that about a lot of games in the 4 years that I've been making these videos on here, but it's true. Anytime we play a primetime game, it is big time, especially if it's against a team like USC. Then it really is big time. So I can't stress that enough. But of course, one unfortunate statistic that all of us Irish fans know about is that we have not beaten USC in South Bend since 2001. And that is something that has to change. This is our house, and we need to defend it. And this weekend is definitely our big chance to do that. Now, USC, as we all know, has gone through a coaching change earlier on in the season. Lane Kiffin, why does that ring a bell?
Lane Kiffin, it's time. Yeah, it's time, motherfucker. Yeah, it takes a dick to go out to the Trojans. You'll fit right in out there. A dick and a bunch of Trojans. Here's your send-off. At least from Greene County, Tennessee. Bye-bye, Lane. Lane fucking Kiffin. It's time, bitch.
There you go, Big Ball Daddy. I had to give it to you. Just too many good memories, man. But, yes, as we all know, Lane Kiffin got fired, and Coach Ed Orgeron is taking over the interim head coaching duties. But still, though, despite the Kiffin firing, the Trojans really haven't been fazed too much by that. They've still been able to put up a 4-2 record, and they've played some pretty good football for the most part. I mean, they did have the blowout loss to Arizona State, but you know, that doesn't mean anything to me. This is still a good football team that is not to be taken lightly. Now, of course, our rivalry with the Trojans goes all the way back to the 20s during the Newt Rockne era, and this rivalry has definitely seen its fair share of moments. You know, some good for us and some unfortunate ones, aka the Bush Push. Hard to imagine that game was 8 years ago already. But when you look at this USC team, I mean, this is a program that is good at reeling in the talent, and as the old saying goes, this is a team that doesn't rebuild, it reloads. Because, I mean, it's natural when they're in California, which is one of the biggest hotbeds for recruiting in the country, behind Texas. But, you know, you look at this current roster of Trojans, and you know, there's talent all across the board. Quarterback Cody Kessler, he's had a very solid year this year. 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, closing in on 1,200 yards passing. And then you look at the running game. I mean, this is where USC, in my opinion, really thrives, is the running game. You know, led by Trey Madden, Justin Davis, and even Silas Red you got to throw into the mix because he had an impressive outing last week against Arizona. And then the receiving game, you know, led by receivers Nelson Aguilar and Junior Marquise Lee, who most likely will be playing this Saturday against the Irish. I know he has been battling an injury, so up until a day or so ago, his status was questionable. But it sounds like he will be able to play. And all I can say is, with those two guys in particular, Kavari Russell and Bennett Jackson had better step up to the plate and make some plays. So, need I say more about the USC Trojans? I mean, they are a solid program, and you know, despite a few setbacks they've had this year, they're not to be taken lightly, and they will pose a threat to us on Saturday, because you know they're going to be hungry. I mean, when it comes to Notre Dame USC time, it's both teams get hungry, and I hope we can have that same kind of you know, aggression and hunger that they have. But anyway, keys to victory for the Irish. First one is very simple. We cannot have a slow start. We have to jump out of the gate and come firing from all cylinders. I mean, we've all seen it this year. The slow starts we've gotten off to hurt us twice, and it could have hurt us a couple other times. So we have got to come out firing right away. You know, Tommy has to take control of that offense and be an effective and efficient leader. Number 2, we have got to get that run game going. Now, even though I talked a lot about the USC offense not too long ago, they have a pretty good defense. I mean, I think overall they're 19th overall in the country, but in particular, it's their front 7 that is very talented. I mean, I look at the game against against Arizona State. That really doesn't mean anything to me because this is still a good team and they know how to make plays. Every team, you're going to have a setback once in a while, but that doesn't mean you're a bad team because of one setback. So our offensive line has got to get the job done and open up the holes for our running backs, because we've seen what our running backs can do when they have the holes open. They can make defenses pay for it. George Atkinson with his speed, and Amir Carlisle with his speed and versatility, and Cam McDaniel with the workhorse that he's been all year. I mean, we can't let this talent go to waste. So we got to establish a run game, and that'll only do wonders for us. So definitely, though, the third key to victory. I'm sorry, I know I'm a little off right now, but it's about 3 o'clock in the morning as I film this, so I'm kind of tired. So forgive me for that, guys. But the third key to victory is we cannot make any mistakes. Because I guarantee if we make any mistakes, an interception, a fumble, whatever, USC will make us pay for it. I mean, they're that kind of team. They're one of the big boys on the schedule, like Michigan, Oklahoma, Michigan State, all of them. We cannot afford to make any mistakes. Tommy has to be efficient. He has to find the open receivers, because he's been, let's face it, he's missed a lot of wide open guys. That's got to change. I mean, we're in the second half of the season. We have a chance to make a run at a BCS Bowl still. I mean, it's going to be tough, but it's still there. The chance still exists. So we cannot afford to make any mistakes and blow our opportunities with silly mistakes like that. It's got to change. But honestly, I think if we can be efficient and if we can, make our plays and step up and, shut USC down, then I do like our chances of winning this game. And of course, I know I say that every game, but as you guys know, I'm never going to pick against the Irish. They're my team. What kind of fan would I be if I picked against them? There's no logic to that. But if we're able to execute and be efficient and not make mistakes, then I'd see the final score of this game being Notre Dame 30, USC 20. That's my official prediction. Is it doable? Absolutely. And one thing is a definite must. Primetime game, our fans have got to be loud and rowdy. I mean, that stadium crowd, since we've started playing music and all that, it's gotten better, I think. It's gotten better, but we need to really, really bring it Saturday night, under the lights, primetime. Make it hard on them, okay? How many times have we heard that people and coaches and players of other teams enjoy coming to South Bend? That's got to change too. It's not supposed to be comfortable for them and an enjoyable experience. We got to be hard on them. We got to make them not want to come there. We want to make our opponents dread coming to South Bend. Now they can be, of course, be amused by the dome and touchdown Jesus and all the great campus at Notre Dame. But when it come inside that stadium, it's got to be a ruckus environment. It's got to be loud. It's got to be crazy. So Irish fans who are going to the game, just get loud as you freaking can. I mean, I don't want you to lose a lung, but come pretty close to it. So that's my final prediction, guys. I like Notre Dame's chances. I really think we can win by 10, but we've got to step up to the plate and make some plays. That's all there is to it. So with that, guys, this is ND Sean 45 signing off. Go Irish, beat Trojans.